おい、これぐらいわかるだろ。これは、ステラステラ。ん It's Dawn Blue. え、マジで？全然わかんない。 Ace Cool Meat. Just watching the. Well, you can see it on screen, right? For the concert. Yeah, totally. It's what time is it? I mean, I didn't get a ticket, so I guess it's not super relevant to me, but maybe next year. Actually, I'm thinking maybe I'm gonna just try to go to the concert in LA in it's like July or something, right? So honestly, I'm kind of thinking I should just save money for that because that's more practical for me. For a jeez, jeez, yeah, totally. Get some sleep, yeah. So that's like what 4 hour. Wait, no, it's 5 or 6 hours, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so that's with the lag recently. Not sure, but anyway, yeah, sounds good. Yeah, definitely get some rest so you can get up on time. All right, sounds good. Yeah, I'm gonna probably call it a short stream today as well. Although I didn't really do much today, so maybe I should get some more work done. Because flight sim. Oh, really? Okay, cool. I assume through VR and stuff because I think you have a Vive or something, right? So found your house. Nice. Is it actually in 3D or did I know most of it's they actually have models for all the objects. I just don't know if it's the case on like really okay. Even the houses are okay. That's impressive, honestly. Yeah. Being okay, I guess that's fair. Yeah. Oh, it is included. What's going on in the stream?なんで聞こえないんだ？Ian curse again. No から物体の中で So I think there's no more there's no more online programming until 1 o'clock. Alright, so it's just Expo Cam until for the next 2 hours, I guess. た。っていうか、am I even allowed to show this? Probably not, right? So, I'll just delete the VOD afterwards. Well, here, how about this? I could flip this one there. That way it doesn't take up as much as the screen, yeah.やっぱ現地来て。あ、やっぱアニマルね。 Oh, quota. LCO, welcome back. I'm just watching the online, Hall Live concert portion. Yeah, yeah. I didn't get much done today, but I guess I got a lot of sleeping done, and so yeah. I made it a little small because I was like, well, would this stream potentially get flagged if I had it on the main screen? So I don't know. We'll see. I figure it's the free portion, so if I just kind of, don't upload it, it's fine. Or don't leave an archive up. All right, sounds good, yeah. Oh, really? Yeah, that sucks. I mean, I guess hopefully you don't have to go anywhere. Hopefully you can just kind of, what do you call it? Hopefully you just stay home and kind of stay safe. Or I guess stay out of the rain, but yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, you mentioned right that music. What do you call it? Music festival. That's the word. Yeah, that sucks. Especially the one at the food stalls. That kind of that really sucks. Um, yeah. I mean, there's not much to say beyond that, right? Yeah. Is it just raining all day, or what does the forecast say? Is it like just heavy rain all day, or is it like just the morning or something? Maybe they might get lucky, and the rain might kind of miss the programming, right? So Oh, so that's basically all fucking day. Yeah, I mean, I guess. Well, I mean, honestly, if they're gonna, it's gonna be some like some what do you call it, like some thunder, or I guess lightning is really what it is. But if there's gonna be some lightning, then maybe they shouldn't. I mean, I don't want to tell them not to go, but if it gets too bad, I hope I hope they have a way to kind of leave early if they have to. Did they like drive themselves there, or did they? I don't know what the typical thing is over there. Oh, they will cancel everything. Okay. Okay, that's good. No, I thought they were gonna still hold it, and I was like, man, is that safe? But okay, that's good. Uh, yeah. So, well, hopefully it's not too bad, and they can still hold the event. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess, I'd say, yeah, no, I guess it's just bad timing, right? I mean, you know, it, I guess, I imagine it probably rains around this time of year anyway, but we have all that, what do you call it? We have that, well, overall, like all over, it's been raining a lot the past few weeks, right? So, I don't remember what the weather phenomena was called, but they call it, I guess, an atmospheric river. Um, but yeah, there's that whole atmospheric river stuff that's been kind of causing it to rain a lot recently. Um, so it kind of sucks, timing wise, that it had to be kind of now. Yeah. What about Skrillex? Yeah, well, he can always hold another concert, right? Um, but yeah, it does suck for everyone that took the time off to kind of go see him, right? Yeah. Yeah, I suppose it's a hard trade-off, right? Because I suppose what you would say is that then, the way to mitigate these weather-related issues is to not hold it outside. But, from what I understand, a lot of the music festivals are like holding it outside is kind of the thing, right? That's the culture. That's kind of what it's supposed to be. You can't really, putting it in a concert hall or something is that's a concert, not a music festival, right? So I realize there's not really a way around it, but it does kind of suck. Yeah. 誰？お、ござるじゃん。Which Dekonina song is this? Whatever. Uh, real in the crowd, yeah. So I actually don't know how they're handling the stage side, but this is an actual hall. There's where is it? It's I think it's in Makuhari, Makuhari Messe. Uh, so that's a it's not a concert hall, but it's an event hall in Makuhari Messe. どこだ? Makuhari Messe. Was this southern? I want to say it says southern Japan. Is that? Oh no, it's like literally in Chiba. I was thinking a different hall. Okay, but it's an event hall in, I guess, near Tokyo. So those are real people in the crowd, right? However, how does the stage work? I'm not quite sure. So Yamaha, and it's not specifically Yamaha tech, but there is some holography tech that was used, say for example, for several people have used it before, but I know Vocaloid concerts mainly are are from the mid 2010s have been conducted using some holography technology. So when you go to the concert and you look at the stage, you can actually see the characters and stuff in 3D. So I don't know if they use that tech here or if it's just a flat screen, because even with the holography thing, it's hard to capture on camera. So even if you looked at the holography stuff through a camera, it looks flat, which is why during some of these shots in this recording, it looks like a flat screen. But I don't know what the people on site see. Because if it is one of those holography setups, then they should be seeing like a 3-dimensional character on stage. So yeah. And then I'm assuming that it's all just, I don't know how it works beyond that. Yeah. And this is kind of why I wish one thing that these organizations would do more of is kind of like a technology showcase, because it is kind of interesting to think about, right? Because even for just how they conduct, like this scene, for example, they're doing some really good compositing of the 3D component, or the virtual component and the real component, right? And you can see some of the event staff, on the flanks and in the back and stuff. There was a guy down here earlier, you could see his screen, but yeah. Yeah, so I do wonder if the screens, if they're using a screen, then it looks like the screen's bounds are here, right? And if it is a holography setup, I don't know if they can do it that large. Maybe they can. Who makes the holography tech anyway? Is it Yamaha? Who makes the actual tech though? Oh, it might just be a Pepper's Ghost effect then. Okay, I thought they were using some kind of projection. What is this? What is dial? So it might just be a screen then. It just with some kind of special membrane to produce a 3D effect. Why do I think? Sorry. Is that actually a question for me, or is that a question for someone else? I mean, I can answer the question, but it just kind of came out of nowhere. So, okay, this is the end of the free part. Oh well. That was fun. Well, I mean, I suppose it depends on what the question means by debate. Um, yeah. I mean, I suppose, I mean, if you're, I guess it's for some assignment, right? So it'd be kind of long to, I was gonna ask you for what you wrote already, but that might take a little while. So I guess maybe it's better for me to just respond then. Um, so I think it's first important to make a distinction between what. Right. Well, so and that's it's I guess you know I think it's important to or so the reason why I'm saying this, but instead of just directly answering the question, is well, I don't know. Do you guys have like debate clubs at our high school, and many high schools in the U.S. There are clubs kind of dedicated to debating. And from while I wasn't in one, I knew some people that were. So I don't quite understand the mechanism, but from what I understand, it's the club's entire thing is practicing the skill of debating, or training your skill at debating. So each there'd be like topics every week or so that they would be given a side to argue for. And every week they would kind of have like a debate amongst themselves, and then sometimes there'd be like debate tournaments where they would, the club would go to these tournaments, and then, you'd be given a topic to research, or sometimes you wouldn't even get time to research. From what I understand, you'd just be given a topic and then some rough information, and then you'd be, put against another person and then told, try to make the most convincing argument or something. And I think so that's one way in debate can mean. And those, I'm gonna be a little frank, those debate club style things, I think it's for as a hobby it's fine and all, but I do wonder if it is just like a blanket good thing. And so maybe we'll set that aside. But the point is that such a thing exists, and that because such things exist, I'm a little hesitant on saying like, oh yeah, it's a good thing, sure. I think in general, right? Well, so this the nuance might be a little different, but when I hear the word debate and I think of what I have, an idea of, like, in my mind, there's this idea of what debates are, right? And I guess in general, like you said, it's a discussion, but I think there's also an aspect of like there's an exchange of ideas. Well, so obviously it's a discussion, and therefore there is an exchange of ideas no matter what. But more specifically, there's a back and forth of trying to. Well, not that there inherently is, but I often associate it with this back and forth of trying to convince the other party or some third party that your position is correct, or your position is the most valid or something. And I think that fundamentally is maybe the flawed part. I think strictly debating something or discussing something really, like discussing things just in general, like having a back and forth. I think that's fine and all, right? You know, there's exchange of information. You know, like like society exists for a reason. You know, you might as well take advantage of other people to obtain more information, right? So that's good and all, but I feel like debate often has this connotation of like trying to convince the other party that you're right, and to me that seems like a little bit of how to word things, or how to kind of use verbal techniques to convince the other party that you're the most verbal or conceptual or ideological techniques to convince the other party while you're right. And that seems like a little bit of a flawed I think perspective or like approach towards just kind of anything. Like the thing I've had is with people that excelled at debate or whatever, they're nice people overall, but I felt like a lot of them were often like they're good at convincing people. They're good at using like logic and reasoning to argue a point and all. But I never got a strong sense of, I don't know if the right word is like conviction or something, but it's kind of like, I think I've mentioned this before, but I think people we use words to communicate. We primarily use words to communicate, and as a result, I think people underestimate how good humanity, I guess, or society is at kind of using words to just kind of like bullshit, honestly. like the thing I got with debate people was it seemed like a lot of them thought they were like they thought themselves like they were proud of their ability to verbally, argue things. And I was like, the feeling that I always got from, watching these people was that, like they'd be nice people, but also yeah, everyone can bullshit, like it's like verbally like bullshit. It's I guess it's an important technique, but like in general, most, if not everyone, acquires that skill over the years. And like, is that really a desirable skill? I mean, in practice, it gets you through a lot of things in life, right? Like the ability to verbally bullshit things is, a useful skill. That's true. But also, I feel like it just makes people's words cheap, because it's like, are they actually invested in what the words coming out of their mouth, or are they just trying to say something, that sounds cool, that sounds convincing, right? And it's so that's not necessarily an issue with the concept of debating, but rather how it's been expressed, at least in like US culture, which is again why I, clarified that whole initial point. Yeah. Right. So, and I think this is where the terminology becomes important, right? Because I would consider if the objective was purely to, as you say, hear other people's perspectives, then in my mind, and I think in most, at least, the word I would use to describe that isn't a debate. It would be a discussion or an inquiry. And I think those are entirely valid and entirely important, right? And I think fundamentally as a concept, a debate is also important because people's opinions do change. So it's important to have a back and forth and a constant exchange of information so that, people continue to integrate more and more information into their opinion, right? So which is why, earlier I was being careful about clarifying that there's the concept of a debate and there's how debates are expressed in practice. And I agree with the concept. Like you said, I think it's important because a debate is essentially just an extension of a discussion or an inquiry, except it takes into account, or at least in my mind, it takes into account the continuous integration and reformulation of an opinion or of a perspective, right? So I do think that's important. It's just the only caveat or the only, little like asterisk, side note I was putting to that is that I don't really like how it kind of gets expressed in U.S. culture, because I feel like the way it's kind of showed up is that debate is kind of a it's really just people showing off, or at least the way you see it in practice in the US is often just people using words to just bullshit their point. They're using logical reasoning techniques and all this crap to say, therefore I am right. And I think that's really the problem, not the concept of debates, but rather the how it's become expressed. So I mean, that's really my thoughts on the matter. That's really all there is to it. So I don't know if that's helpful or anything, but yeah. And so I think one thing to note is what do you call it? What's the best way to phrase this? Well, actually, it's okay. It's okay. I think that's sufficient of an answer. Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's not to say I'm right, because because I in this entire discussion I used similar. It'd be hypocritical for me to say that I didn't just use debate/discussion techniques. Yeah, debating clubs. Oh yeah, don't worry about it. The point is just the point that the long story short that you should take away from this is that I do agree with debates as a concept being very valid. It's just that I don't like how debate clubs and people that are like, I used to be in debate club. Like, I don't really like how they kind of like what they did with, like I like debating, but not the part about debating that, is, so the point is that the clubs kind of enforce this aspect of convincing people that you're right. And I don't think a debate should necessarily be, I mean, maybe that is what a debate is fundamentally, but if debates are fundamentally trying to convince the other person why you're right, then I think that's flawed. But I think fundamentally debates aren't supposed to be that, right? So TLDR, long story short, simplifying everything all my rambling I just did. Conceptually, debates, yeah, cool, awesome. In practice, the fact that they're trying to argue and the fact that they're trying to really impose why they're right onto other people is the part that I really don't like, honestly. Yeah. Not that it's unnecessary or it's flawed, but I just, this is the irrational part, right? This is a part that you can't necessarily debate or argue. It's like, I just don't like it. I mean, I realize it's necessary to, sometimes you need to have the ability to convince people why you're right, but it's a skill, I think. Well, there's a lot of nuance in all these things. But anyway, yeah, so I don't know if that necessarily helps you in anything, but especially since, again, I don't know what context your assignment is using the word debates in, so I don't know how relevant what I just said is, but, yeah. Sorry, I'm going to check the Hololive Super X. Why is this listed as 6 o'clock? Oh, it's because it's been playing since 6 o'clock. Okay. Let me check the rest of the... I think the only other programming for online is... Yeah, so for the next 2 hours, I guess, or not 2 hours, 1500... What time is it in Japan? It's 13:47 right now. So an hour and 15 minutes, and then there's some programming. Okay. That's about midnight, isn't it? Or yeah. Let's see. Hour and not 15, more like an hour and 10 minutes. Okay. And then Is this a stage event? It says free stage, yeah, so it must be the free stage event. And then closing. Okay. Do I stay up that long? I don't know. Yeah. Yosha boss? Dun, dun, dun. Sorry, how Yosha boss, or is that how it's pronounced? I don't know. Sorry, have you been here before? I don't have Twitch open. I only have the chat box open through Restream, so I don't have access to that info. But yeah, I guess congratulations. I'm not sure what you won, but yeah, sorry, I'm watching. Yeah. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, congratulations. I guess I guess you're finished, right? Feel free to bail. I'm just watching I was watching the Hololive Super Expo stuff, but there's no programming for another hour or so. So yeah. Right. Anyway, so now that there's yeah, right. Oh, be nice, be nice. I mean, some people, yeah, you know, yeah. Yeah, so, right, let's see. So, I guess I can leave this on until the next set of programming, which I guess is an hour and 10 minutes from now, so that's like 11. Kidding. yeah, no, it's chill. You guys know that the girl abbreviation, right? Guy in real life, GIRL, girl. It's an old one. It's not anything new. It's just I wasn't sure how familiar people were with that abbreviation. So yeah. Although I thought Twitch was rather mainstream, so, I wouldn't be surprised if the population of... Well, I guess it depends, because even if Twitch is mainstream, that doesn't mean that the gender balance of streamers is necessarily equal. And I guess even if the gender balance, is the important thing, the gender balance being equal, or the gender balance, say, for example, reflecting the population, in which case you'd have to do the statistic based on the, well, yeah, I guess the country of origin of each streamer, right? And then you'd probably have to kind of map that. Yeah, I wonder how it is. Actually, we were talking about this just because there were some new, there was a graduate student open house at the university just this past week. So it kind of came up as a little topic about group Tunla. Yeah. I hear there is recently what do you call it? Like thigh tubers or something, or or what are they? Thick tubers? I can't remember what the abbreviation is, but something about like VTubers that stream, but it's like the legs. So I can't remember. I only saw like like a thumbnail and I read the quick part of the article, but it was something about like VTubers that stream, but just their like legs, or so like the legs of the model. So I thought that was funny. I don't think it's ThighTuber. It's a different name. I can't remember. Sorry. I guess, you know what? You know who a ThighTuber would be? This is what a ThighTuber technically is, right? Pan Piano. Pan Piano is like the thigh. Like if you had to associate someone with a ThighTuber, then it's got to be Pan Piano, right? Or is it a different? There's some pianist where all the thumbnails are just like their legs. Is it this person? Let's see. This person's, yeah, it was a cosplayer that showed their legs in like every thumbnail. I think it's this person. Their piano covers are very good, actually, though. So highly recommend. What was I saying? So, oh yeah. So, just speaking of the gender balance thing, just because the university was having an open house and, some diversity and stuff kind of came up as a topic. I think the main idea is that, they want to kind of, well, they don't want people to avoid the university due to like, diversity related issues, right? Like they want to kind of, express that they're welcoming of, really everyone. That's kind of the idea that the university, or at least the department, wants to send, right, to incoming graduate students. So it came up as a little topic, but yeah, it's I can't remember what I was going to say about diversity. Sorry. Yeah. There's something related that I was going to say something about. Let's see. So we were talking about diversity. Oh yeah, right. So I'm in the physics department, right? So that's historically kind of a field, or physics historically has been a field that's kind of, been very like male dominated, right? I mean, I suppose that applies to a lot of academia, but especially so with physics, or maybe not physics. Physics might not be the number one in terms of, having this issue, but it's definitely more prevalent than, say, I think biology is, it's more common, like, biology or chemistry. I think I feel like I've, whenever I've taken classes, more of my professors have been, or there have been a good balance of like, both gender balance as well as like like an ethnic balance. Maybe less so in physics. Although I don't know, in terms of an ethnic balance or a racial balance, I guess physics maybe not necessarily having an issue. I don't know. I really thought about it too much. But anyway, but yeah. So like what I was going to say is like, so like maybe STEM or academia has the issue with diversity, or issue with, what do you call it? Yeah, like gender or like ethnic or racial diversity. But that shouldn't necessarily be the case with one of the reasons why, and I remember what I was going to say. The reason why I brought that up is because part of people attribute part of the issue to the lack of like role models, or like, what do you call it, like mentor figures that are similar to them. So like in the case of, gender diversity, it's considered one issue with the lack of gender diversity. It's considered to be the fact, or the issue of not having that many, say, female professors, or, well, I mean, I guess that's the one that I heard the most, but I don't know. I don't know if that's necessarily true these days. But the point is, like, it could be gender, it could be, sexuality, it could be race, it could be all these things. But the point is, the lack of having a mentor figure that are, in the department like these is often, cited as a reason why, people don't feel welcome. And that shouldn't really be the case with Twitch, right? Because I feel like there's, if you could think of whatever you want, and there's probably a Twitch streamer that does that, or there should be a handful that do that anyway. So I guess you would expect the what do you call it, or at least in terms of feeling welcome to be a Twitch streamer or something, you'd expect that not really to be an issue, right? So I wonder how it is. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I don't think Twitch would ever want to take such statistics, because feel like that'd open them up to a potential lawsuit about collecting unnecessary personal information. I don't think there's necessarily a law against that, but they'd probably get some flack for collecting such information. But I would be curious to see what the statistics actually are for such a thing. Yeah. Well, anyway, so I can use, let's see, I guess the main thing I want to check is back to, so another hour before any extra Hololive programming. So let's do some work. Not work, but just do some personal stuff, but I wanted to look up what yeah. So Studio One Prime VSTs. Oh, how do you bring in a plugin? No, I don't want to buy VSTs. How to add VST plugins. You know what? I think it's already plugged in. Let me take some sample audio here. And then maybe I need to make a track and then I can apply the plugin to that track. So let's make a test track and then add the track and record a little bit and stop. What? Why is it not recording any audio? Oh, okay, I see, sorry. You want to, I think, enable, huh? Oh, here, I have to hit that, and then I can record. Okay, now it's recording stuff, although it's a little quiet, but whatever. Stop, okay. And then I think somewhere in here I should be able to add an effect, right? Probably. I don't know. The clothes. Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, I mean, you know, no rush. Yeah, actually, I think I forgot to send, you know, from ages ago, or not ages, but more like a month ago. I never sent the photos that I took while I was in LA, so, or to the Discord. So I should do that at some point. Sorry, let me figure out how to add VSTs though. Options, locations. Well, let's see how do I add third-party VST. Sorry. Let's see. File options, locations, VST file options. So I guess Studio One, how to use VST. You know, actually, wait. One of the videos I was looking at, I think they use a VST. So it's one of these. It's from this series. Oh, I'm not using the paid version of Studio One, so VSTs aren't enabled yet, so that probably explains why I can't find it. Okay, that's fine, so we'll deal with that later then. I just wanted to verify I could actually use VSTs, but I don't think we can check that right now unless I pay for it right now. Yeah. You know what? I think I'm going to actually just call it a day. I'm a little tired. There's about an hour until the next programming, but I'm wondering if I really even want to stay up to watch it. Because it's in an hour, and then I think there's also some programming at like 1 o'clock, and I don't think I'm going to stay up to watch both of them. Yeah, and also kind of want to go to the bathroom. So yeah, LCO, I think I'm gonna just call it a day for today. It's kind of a short stream again. I've been having really just short streams recently, but it's probably gonna be like this until I can kind of get back into the rhythm of things. But yeah, thanks for popping by. Take care, stay safe. Hopefully you can finish your yeah. Well, I mean, you can go ahead and keep working, right? Well, unless you're tired as well, in which case that makes sense. But I'm probably going to just call it a day, personally. Get some sleep. Okay, yeah, sounds good. What time is it for you guys? Well, it's probably pretty late. So anyway, yeah, sounds good. Just have to get more done tomorrow. I mean, I guess it's raining, right, for you. So, they're probably stuck in the house anyway, right? So, oh, 2 a.m. Okay, yeah. No, let's call it a day. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So thanks for Jeez. Okay. Yeah. Okay. No. Yeah. You need to go to bed then. Right. But yeah, LCO, thanks for popping by again. I guess we'll catch you later soon, presumably. No pressure though. Yeah. Thanks for popping by. Let's go to Oyasumi Ori.